We are SPW.
And we are wrestling on the edge of the world.
Being in Invercargill where there's 50,000 people and trying to put on a show where other promotions have the benefit of being in a town with millions, it's quite a daunting task. We took months to plan our first event.
I was involved in the very first SPW show. I go back with Troy and Mark quite a long way. When they raised the idea of starting a company down here, I was of course keen to jump on.
It was really nerve-wracking going in because I didn't know what to expect. I don't know who any of these guys are. I don't know how good any of them are. But when I got there, it was just awesome. Right from the first match.
Come on! SPW's first show, and what a way to start it, with great action in the ring. Two of New Zealand's best, Davidson.
First live wrestling match I've ever seen in my entire life. Travis Banks and Johnny Idol. The reason why I'm wrestling right now. A man who is now the hottest prospect in the UK against a serious worker in Mexico before they were there. Because I was expecting it. We headlock, maybe a wee 2 count, and then they start busting out shit like that. The fisherman buster, all that sort of stuff. Madness! Madness, man.
They gave us a pep talk. They said, this is the first thing anybody's ever going to see of SPW. Please help us out. And when I get an instruction like that, I'm like, I know what to do. And just go balls to the wall.
Big centre there. Sets it up. Oh, he's hit him with the knee. One. Oh.
I was glad that they put me in that position to help out the company in that way. So yeah, I'm just really grateful that me and Johnny got to show what we can do for SPW on the opening matches.
Johnny Idol shoots off the ropes. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it was cool, man. We're all epic. Like 300 or 400 people, so it's pretty cool, pretty awesome being part of it.
Blocks the shot. Oh!
I just remember being blown away by the amount of effort and work that had gone into the show. I just remember being super excited for the future of New Zealand wrestling with SPW.
This is Idol on top of his game. Up and over, Idol shot.
Blown away by the talent in the country that you had no idea existed until that moment. And then it was like, once you got some of those names in your head, then you can start hunting them down on social media and start following them and start seeing what is happening in the country.
That's Jakob Cross, one of the most prolific wrestlers in New Zealand history.
This guy's been going from wrestling for quite a long, extensive period, so I
had to take some time to myself, and it's good. It's a good feeling. It's good to come back to wrestling, and it's good to come to a company like SPW, and it's such a great atmosphere and a great environment that I just want to give 150%.
And I love it here. It's the best environment of any company in the country, bar none. Everybody here is always very supportive and everyone gets along and has a great time.
Their crowds are amazing. They always put on high quality shows, and it continues to grow every single show.
So last year I came along and watched the Hooligan versus Powerhouse T-Rex in the Southland Street Fight, and I just couldn't believe what went on in that match. Everything looked crisp, everything looked solid. It looked like going to watch like a WWE or New Japan show. Everything looked professional.
My favourite match was Slade Mercer, Marcus Cole. They just tore it down.
I probably rate last year's Halloween Haunting with Dal Knox versus Marcus Cole for the SPW Championship right at the top of my list when it comes to matches I've seen here.
Will's match with T-Rex has been the standard bearer of how physical a match in SPW can be, which I think is something that kind of sets us apart. It certainly notched up physicality. I saw them both afterwards and they were spent. Like, it was an impressive physical display.
Been in wrestling for as long as I have, I've seen and trained with a lot of people that come through, and I can tell sometimes within minutes whether somebody's going to be good or not.
You know, I thought coming into this, big fan, didn't know that the next day after training, after my first day training, I would be sore. You know, my body was stiff.